Hi, Grandpa. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm doing all right, dear. Just enjoying a quiet afternoon. What's new with you and your studies?
Well, I was learning about something really interesting at university. It's about staying active and how it keeps our minds sharp as we get older. They're even looking at how far we go out and about from home. They call it out of home mobility. And our working memory, how well we can remember and process things in the moment.
Oh, yes. That memory can be a tricky thing sometimes. So, what did they find?
They were trying to see if how far older adults travel each day is connected to how well their working memory works that day. And guess what? It seems like our neighborhood plays a big part in it. Just traveling further from home every day didn't automatically mean better memory for everyone. But the kind of neighborhood they lived in really made a difference.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, they looked at things like how many different types of shops and services are close together, like a supermarket next to a post office or a park. They called this land use mixed diversity. And they found that in neighborhoods with more of these different things close by, when people traveled further from home, their working memory was actually better that day.
That makes sense. If you have to go all over town just for a few errands, it could be tiring.
Exactly. And the study also found that in neighborhoods with fewer different things nearby, traveling further was surprisingly linked to not as good working memory that day.
Hmm, that is interesting. What else did they look at?
They also looked at whether there were good places for walking and cycling in the neighborhood, like nice sidewalks and bike paths. They discovered that when neighborhoods had more of these places, traveling further from home was linked to better daily working memory.
So, a nice, walkable neighborhood helps our minds even when we go a bit further out?
That's what it seems like. When we travel in diverse neighborhoods, we might see new things and have new experiences, which can be like a workout for our brains. And if it's easy to walk or bike around because there are good paths and sidewalks, we're more likely to be active, and we know that's good for our minds too.
You're always telling me to get out for a walk.
See? Science agrees. But they also think that if you live in a neighborhood where things are far apart and maybe not easy to walk around, having to travel further might be more because you need to, rather than because you want to explore. That could be tiring or even a bit stressful, which might not help our memory. They even talked about how a good environment can be like a cognitive partner that supports us.
So, my little walks to the shops down the road are doing more for me than just getting groceries?
Exactly. So, the big picture is that where we live really affects how our daily travels link to our working memory. It highlights how important it is to design and support communities that have a mix of shops and services close together and make it easy and safe to walk and cycle. This could really help keep older adults like you mentally sharp.
That's wonderful, dear. It makes me think about how our town has changed over the years. Some areas are definitely easier to get around in than others.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Maybe we should all think about how walkable and diverse our own neighborhoods are, and even encourage our local leaders to make them better for everyone. We want to create brain-friendly communities where everyone can stay active and engaged as they age.
Well, thank you for explaining all that to me, Sarah. It's certainly given me something to think about on my next walk.
You're welcome, Grandpa. I'm glad I could share what I learned. Maybe we can even go for a walk together later?
I'd like that very much, dear.